This is the Business Experience Show, where we connect those who want to know more about digital marketing, social media, and business strategy with entrepreneurs who are succeeding in today's marketplace. Follow our blog, join our online network, or connect with us at thebusinessexperienceshow.com. And now, your host, Lisa Caprelli.
Welcome to the Business Experience Show. Here with me is producer Brian Gapps. Also, we have Corey Konzelman, a soon-to-be graduating Chapman University business student. Online blogging has become such an influential part of business marketing these days that we reached out to find those who are making their mark in the blogging world. That is when Corey brought us Ashley Torres, who turned her passion for writing about shoe fashion into new business opportunities and a new career. Welcome, Ashley.
Hello.
Welcome, Corey.
Hi. So Ashley, you graduated from USC with an accounting degree and immediately started work with a Big Four accounting firm. But your passion for shoes and fashion kept calling you. Can you take it from there?
Yeah, so, days went by looking at P&Ls and cash flows, and I really just wasn't excited about it. And so I decided I needed more creativity in my life, and on the side I started a blog about fashion and lifestyle with a focus on shoes because I have a ridiculous obsession with shoes, like many women out there. And, that kind of made me think about what I wanted to do, and where I wanted to grow my career, and I decided to leave accounting and be in fashion. And I started as a buyer at an online sample sales site, and it kind of just took off from there.
How did you get picked up as a blogger?
Well, what happened was I had already created my mark with Pursuit of Shoes, my blog, and I decided I wanted to really get in fashion, and I went out there, and it helped that our old HR manager also used to work in Big Four. So she's like, I know you're great, I know you're smart, and I know you have a great analytical background, but that passion for fashion. So that's kind of how it all
Right. Well,
came
you're
about.
a success story for someone that gets to do what they love. The saying is, if you want to be an entrepreneur, do what you love, and then it's not work.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's so amazing that I can talk about my love for fashion and shoes every day, and especially incorporate that with social media, which is another one of my passions, and it all goes hand in hand.
Well, I appreciate Corey bringing you to us. I've been wanting to do a blogging show and to teach business owners about if you're blogging, don't be scared of blogging, don't give up on blogging. And Corey says, oh, I know this girl Ashley, and she has a really neat story. Yes?
Yeah, she's really great. I love Ashley's blog because I read a lot of fashion blogs, cooking blogs, and I think she's so relatable, and I think that's really what makes blogs successful is when you can relate to the blogger and you feel like you could be friends.
Thank you.
Ashley, let's talk about the evolution back up a little bit on the blog, because you were working full-time and you were doing the blog part-time on your own, but you said that there was a real tipping point for you on the blog.
Yeah, it was just I realized that I could start making money and really, put my business knowledge from USC in my accounting days and said, I can make money doing this. This is what I'm going to do. And, and coupled with my social media experience, I ended up, I kind of have like 2 full-time jobs right now, my blog and my social media full-time career with Hotlook. But yeah, that's how it happened, and they just work so perfectly together.
But really, there was an element of when you committed to doing it and full-time,
yes.
daily.
That is true. So I used to blog maybe once or twice a week, and I thought, whatever, I'll just throw up some photos. It'll be great. And then I said, you know what? I want to get serious about this. I want to post every day, Monday through Friday, so that my readers can expect to come every day and really see that content.
So hats off to you. There's so many business owners I talk with say they simply don't have time to blog. What do you say to that?
You got to make time. I stay up in the late nights, dedicate some weekends. It's really important to create content, whether you're just a blogger or you're a business owner trying to create a blog about your business, because it's a great way to sell product and get your name out there and brand yourself. And I think it's very important. Just set a couple hours of the day, really create an editorial calendar for what you want to talk about and make it happen.
And I think a lot of business owners have the misconception that when they blog that it's going to directly make them money, and that's not necessarily the case.
It takes a long time. It definitely takes a long time, but I would say stick to it and put some analytics behind it, really track what you're doing. But I think it really is important to be persistent, for sure.
And Ashley, you didn't have a technology background. You simply dove into it and figured it out.
Yes, a lot of late nights reading HTML coding and CSS coding with the Google. You know, that's what's so great about technology in the digital space right now. You can Google anything, so there's no excuse.
You can Google on how to Google something.
Yeah,
and
you
let
can
it help you.
Google how to create HTML coding on a blog. So I think that's really important. Just use your resources that are at your fingertips, literally.
So would you agree the tools are available online for free and it's simply just an investment of time?
Yes, absolutely. I have not to this day spent any money hiring someone to create my blog or do coding. That could be something in the future, but I definitely think from the start, a couple years in, you can do it yourself with some research.
And does most of your personal networking, does that take place in the digital world as well?
Oh, absolutely. The social media and the digital world is an amazing space to network. I think that is the age of where you're doing it. You're having Twitter friends and Facebook friends and blogger friends by commenting on people's blogs, and it's such an important thing to do because you never know who you're going to see in real life again and create those relationships. It happens to me all the time. I create these relationships on Twitter, and then I finally meet someone, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's so great to meet you!" And you feel like you know them, and you've never met them in your life. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think these days we all have friends we've never met and probably never will.
Yeah.
And what does being social mean to you?
Oh boy, I always say it's so hard to be social while you're being social. You know what? You're at dinner and you're trying to socialize with people, but you want to tell people on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter what you're doing.
Exactly.
It's so hard to do that. And this is the world we're living in, where if you put away your phone, well, then your social network doesn't know what you're doing all the time. And so I think being social, you just need to be, I hate to say it, but on your phone all the time. You need to have the apps. You need to just have everything at your fingertips.
So let's give some blogging tips to our audience. Give us some tips, like how frequently would you suggest you blog if you're starting out? You've never started, you want to create content, like you said earlier. Content is important for every business out there. Give us some basic tips you give to have a successful blog.
I would say start with some content first, you know, before you actually post it, so that you realize how long it's going to take and what you want to actually put up there. Because if you just start a blog and you just throw up content on the first day, it's going to be really scary. So get some posts in the back burner, throw them up, I would say 2 to 3 times a week. Really just do your research, see what other people are doing, network, and be original and speak from your heart, because I think people really that resonates and they relate to that. And I'm all about speaking in the first person. And a lot of people say when they read my blog that it sounds exactly like I'm talking. And I think that's really relatable, and it's important to get that across.
And I want to say something. When you write something, you write more in the you word. You'll say, this is what you can do.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, and that's another thing. How can you help someone? Like, what are you giving them? Why would they want to come back and read every day? So I think you need to always think of the question, how am I servicing my reader? That's really important.
Great. And also, you like to give information and not pitch or preach to people, right?
Right, absolutely.
Right.
How often do you post on your blog, by the way?
5 days a week.
Wow.
I've tried to. And when I don't, I feel really guilty.
So I know with blogging, one of my favorite, I use WordPress, and I love that you can plan your posts out and save them as a draft, or you can release them on certain days. So if you want to spend one day planning your blog, you don't have to do it every day.
Right, absolutely. And I try to do that. I usually do Sunday nights and try to get Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday done.
So to hear more about blogger Ashley Torres, successful blogger, you can go to her website, pursuitofshoes.com.
Ashley, one of the things, the internet and websites in general have changed a lot from text-based mediums to visual and video and photographic, and you do a great job of that as well, because a blog isn't necessarily just a whole bunch of words. Yours is fashion related, and you put a lot of effort into photographing the things that you're talking about.
Yes, I think imagery is so important when you're creating content, because it must be inspiring and relatable, and that's obvious by Pinterest. You know, Pinterest came out last year, and it is now becoming one of the biggest social networks that there is, and I think that's really important for people to keep up with the Joneses. You got to take pictures, you got to have that content out there, whether it's your product or you know, with a lifestyle picture in your product.
And one of the great advantages of the digital space in general is the ability to instantly click and go right directly to a retail site. And I think you give your sources for retail on some of your blogs. You could go, if you want this look, you can go and get it, and here's how.
Yes, and that's definitely a way for people to drive business, to their product if they're, have a blog because of that. You can, well, like I do, I create these outfit posts and I link to everything I'm wearing, and those links they're affiliated, so I'm getting money when people are clicking through that. But it's obviously something that I'm wearing and I'm passionate about. It's not just about making money, but that's what comes out of it, which is great.
So there are ways to monetize your blog, your personal blog, and then there's also blogs for the corporate world on the corporate side where they're just blogging and keeping their customers engaged as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the blogs that I love is J. Crew's blog. They have a great blog that has lifestyle content and a lot of their product, but it's not really pushing product like an advertisement would. But they link to every product on their site. So they're obviously making money, and when that traffic
in these days, you really want to be leading the conversation yourself before you let somebody else lead it about you.
Right, absolutely.
They're going to be talking about you one way or the other. You might as well be you starting
take a hold of your brand and create that.
So what are some of your goals you have for yourself, being a young entrepreneur, Ashley?
Oh, boy. Loaded question. I think in the future, I would love to continue pursuit of shoes. Designing a shoe line would be incredible. Just partnering with other shoe brands and really growing my blog, and social media is also important to me, so maybe a social media consulting company for other bloggers, because there are a lot of bloggers that don't really get at that.
And I have to say there's not a lot of resources. I get asked all the time. There's not a lot of resources I see out there for how to get a blog, or should you get a ghost blogger, or be a guest blogger on someone else's. So I still see many businesses needing that.
Yeah, I think social media strategy overall is really important, and it's at a critical time right now.
And what are some of the other social media channels that you use to sort of tie in and incorporate? You've talked about a couple
all
of
of them. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. YouTube is where you got to be right now.
Yes.
Definitely, absolutely. Where
And it's free.
To be. And it's free.
For people who don't use YouTube.
And most people have a video. You can take video from your computer.
Yeah.
So,
and you don't have to be in the video.
Right.
I'm doing a workshop this Wednesday, and one of the things I'm going to talk about is the importance of video on your website, video for content. And if you've been delaying on doing video, you don't have to be in the video to do video and give a tip.
It's true. It's absolutely true. I think having a voiceover is fine, but it's really relatable. It's even more relatable than a picture and copy, when you can see somebody and connect that person and say, oh, she looks great, she seems so nice, or I think it's really important. That's one of the big channels out there right now. And Pinterest, for any blogger or any retailer online, it's driving traffic to your site, so definitely be on that as well.
And one of the things you do is you photograph yourself. Not every photograph of yours has shoes, which was interesting. I expected photos of shoes or
shoes
you with shoes
everywhere.
You've got photos that the shoes are cropped.
Yeah, I mean, because every girl loves shoes, but every girl loves fashion too, and that's what I'm trying to tell the story of, how you can buy these shoes and create this outfit around it. So that's why I do a lot of focus on what the rest of the outfit is as well.
Ashley, what advice do you have to people who need to generate content besides marketing?
Oh boy, I mean, you can, like I said, create a blog. Just be on social. You don't have to spend behind it.
Ask people what they want to get more of.
Yeah.
Do you do that? Do you
all
ask
the time?
people?
That's especially on Twitter. It's such a great place to have a conversation. Have a conversation with your customer or your reader or whoever it is. Just be relatable and talk to them and ask them what they want. And you never know. They could say, oh, I want this product or this product. It could be your next idea.
Right. And I find that as you're out in the social world and really meeting people and you're talking about your business, if you ask people, they will help you.
People always want to
right?
give their opinion. Come on.
They always, if you ask, I always tell business owners, or ask for it. If you run out of ideas, ask people close to you, ask your family, and they're always honored that you asked them, because you can't claim to know it all.
Absolutely. I think that's really, really, really important.
And an important thing for you is to be genuine, right?
Yes, like I said, be so genuine, because people can see through it. They can see through the BS and what you're trying to push. So it's really, really important.
And then along those lines, are you careful about who you associate with as well?
I think so. I think you have to have a little bit of a filter when it comes to everything you're putting out there. As long as it's, I like to call it on brand. As long as it's on brand, you can put it out there. If it seems a little off brand and it's questionable, you're associating with the wrong people or pushing a product you wouldn't normally push, it's really important to, stay true to your brand.
So who have been some of your mentors that have inspired you?
Oh boy. I think probably one of my VPs at Hotluck. He's just pushed me. My boyfriend as well. He's always like, what's next? What's next? What are you going to do? And I think that's really important. And my family, they're always behind me and supporting me 100%. My sister takes all of my photos. She's my little mini photographer, and she's going to college soon, so I'm going to get, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Time to push you off, Mike. You got some blogging to do. You've got some social media stuff to do.
So give us your blog website and what we can find on there today.
Pursuitofshoes.com is the website. Today, I posted on Friday, and it's all about my tips for spring, what I'm loving right now. I'm kind of obsessed with color and the sun and being out in LA because that's where I'm from.
Thank you, Corey. Thanks for being with us. Any last words?
Thank you. Just go and check out Ashley's blog. It's fabulous.
For more information about Ashley Torres, the blogger, you go to pursuitofshoes.com. I'm Lisa Caprelli, Brian Gaps. You're listening to Angels Radio AM 830 KLAA. Go to our website for more information or to learn how to be a guest on our show, thebusinessexperienceshow.com. And our blog is blog.thebusinessexperienceshow.com. Thank you for your great blogging tips, Ashley.
Thank you. Keep pursuing shoes.
We'll be right back.
Angels Radio,
AM 830.
If you've been wanting more leads, more results through social media, search engine optimization, video SEO, a better web presence, The Business Experience Show and Lisa Caprelli can help you. Contact us today at thebusinessexperienceshow.com. That's thebusinessexperienceshow.com.
Is your lack of online marketing hurting your business? Is your website still text-based? Did you know that YouTube is a search engine for millions of people? Then digital marketing might just be passing you by. Video guru John Cecil has written the definitive book of the times, Online Video Revolution, How to Reinvent and Market Your Business Using Video. Jumpstart your business marketing efforts today. Available at Amazon and other booksellers. Author John Cecil's Online Video Revolution.